Hi everyone, Casey here on Home Quarters, and today we have two of our current clients. I'll let them introduce themselves to you, right?
Hi, Dayana here.
Hi, I'm Hanis here.
Alright, so they are actually newlywed. We have just helped them purchase a unit for themselves, and also it is undergoing renovation today. Right now where they are is their own family home. When we first started this relationship whereby you guys are looking to buy your first matrimonial home, right? Maybe tell the audience, how do you guys feel?
I think for us mainly was the finance was the biggest worry because both of us are first time buyers and we are like really very new to this whole process, so we're very blurred in a lot of things as well. So our main concern was the finance, how we're going to proceed with the payment and everything. So I think that was like our biggest worry.
When we first met up, all right, we also talk about finance, right? I think that's the number one. But at that point of time, after explaining to you guys that you guys actually can qualify for quite a lot of grant, and because of the fact that you guys can also use a large part of your CPF ordinary account to down pay monthly and also for the down payment, right? And then at that point, what do you feel?
To be honest, that you gave us a lot of knowledge on how do we go about this whole process, the grants, and at the point of time, we actually didn't know that we were eligible for such grants.
Yeah.
So we actually even didn't know that we'll be able to buy our 5-room flat. So we had other goals, other dreams. We thought that for our salary, our finance, to look at it, we thought it would be something much more smaller.
Smaller, maybe like 4 room
so
or what?
actually, we thought like the 5-room flat was never in our whole house buying process. So I think you came along and then you told us that this is what we'll be getting, and then we went about to find for all the houses. Yeah, I think we were eligible for a 5-room flat and we were so happy because we wanted to also have balcony was one of our thing, and we also like, okay, 4-room flat, we wouldn't really be getting balconies and stuff like that, but you helped us sort out all the houses, which even 4-room flats had balconies and the separate portions. So even though we did our own planning and our own research on the houses at Property Gurus or other websites, I think you helped us a lot in sorting out at different areas where we wanted near our parents' house, near the west. In the west area, we didn't know that there were such houses where there's balcony, and that we are able to actually buy in our finance and everything. Yeah.
So what did Home Quarters actually assisted you guys when you guys are looking at houses?
I think you kept our ideas and our concerns about that house. So every time we go to each houses, you actually explain that what is here, what's there in this house. There's balcony, there's like 2 living areas, there's like rooms and everything you explained in that house very detailedly. I think that was very much helpful for us. Yeah. So we don't have to like just go keep around looking at the houses, but instead you were explaining, okay, this is going to be how is it, then later part when we move in, when we do the renovation, you can break this, you can break that, you can do this and that. I think that was very much helpful and made us okay, this is what we can do when we move in or when we do the renovation. Yeah,
very interesting, because a lot of time when especially first time buyer, when you go into a house, every wall looks like a solid wall.
Yep.
Right, we don't know which one is able to be hacked down, which one is not able.
You show us a very good,
Yeah.
We're using the floor plan because in the HDB floor plan, it actually states down very, very clearly. But with the untrained eyes, you don't know, this wall, whether or not it can be hacked down or that wall can be hacked down. But at the end of the day, I think experience, right, in a way is very helpful for you guys. Maybe walk us through. What do you guys feel, at the void deck of the place when we are doing the negotiation, when we are discussing what price to put up and everything else like that?
So we had one price, but then the other side of the agent had another price. And then every time they say the price, I'll just look at you, just hoping that you will get the price that we want.
But you give us a very good price.
So you actually spoke to that other party on the other side. I think, you kept talking and talking until we were waiting so anxiously for you to come back to us with the good news. Yeah, I think you did it and we were so happy.
But I think it's just within 4 days.
Yeah.
Within 4 days.
It's not a one-day thing.
Yeah, it's not one day.
It's just within 4 days, you give us a very good price.
From this entire process, maybe just let the audience know, right? Because you guys been through. If you were to go through again, right? What advice would you give probably the people that are in the same shoe as you, right? A few months back, first time buyer looking for their first house, probably is resale flat that probably is near their parents. What advice would you give them at the very start of that journey going forward to find their dream home?
Don't rush. Take your time. Get all the documents settled.
Yeah, I think get the documents settled. So before that, what I did is usually I'll just go to the Google and just find what's the processing like. So at least I'll know a rough idea. But actually the Google is one thing, and then when you step into the process, it's actually another thing. So I think it's best if for us like first timers, we had no knowledge when we first come to you. So I think we are very thankful that we got you. So at least we got a clearer picture of what is going to happen, what's the process like. So I think in that way, we felt lesser stressful. I think we would advise that don't rush and get the agent and then get you guys to do. I think the process is very important. For me, it was just the processing, and the documents part was okay, but yeah, I think mainly for me, the concern was the finance. Yeah, so you actually help us sort out the finance part. Yeah, so get ready our budgets, everything. So at least we can tell it to you. So you can at least draft down or sort it down for us, what we can look for, what are we eligible for. Yeah, so in that way, it will be much more easier for us to source out for our houses in like websites.
The next question is, what advantage is there from having an agent together with you over not having it?
I think the advantage would be like for a first timer like us is again the process, because we had, like I said, we had zero knowledge on it when we
it's
came.
better to know from you guys rather than we
like doing it something in the end that's not really what to our liking, you know. So at least we have the clearer picture on what we want, what we're eligible, rather than it's going to be a much more longer process to do it ourselves. So but the only disadvantage is the agent fee lah. But other than that, it's an advantage.
Is it worthwhile?
Of course, it's worthwhile. It was much more lesser stressful compared to me doing it for myself. I think we have like cousins, relatives, they do it themselves. And then they will tell us, actually, you can go to this website. Actually, you know, it's much more easier to say. But then when we are sitting down and do it, it's not easy. You know, there's a lot of things that we need to know. Sometimes we cannot just blindly just, you know, okay, there's a admin fee or whatever. Okay, that's what they are saying. We can't just blindly do it. So I think it's better we have someone with us to tell us the clearer process. I think it will be much more easier. And along the way, when we already move in also, we will have a better knowledge. Yeah, so on what to do. And I think even after we got the housing and everything, when you did for us, you told us that home insurance, the fire insurance and everything, actually we didn't know any of it because we were so new. So you actually sent us every detail and the link, make sure that we, you know, applied everything before we went down to the collection. Or if not, we wouldn't even have known that we have to do the fire insurance, all those small little details that has to be done. I think we didn't know. I think without the help, we wouldn't have done it. So I think that is the advantage having an agent than compared to doing it yourself. I think doing it ourselves, we wouldn't know so much of details. Even when we move in also, I think we will still be still very blur. I think with the agent, I think we get a clearer picture on what we can do, what we shouldn't do and stuff like that. And even if you're going to go sell our house and go to a new house, I think we are so much better, clearer now on what we are supposed to do. You know, come back if you're going to change.
Great, thank you. Any advice, any comments, anything that you have?
So I think for us, I think Casey did a wonderful job.
Thank you.
In negotiating with the price and the processing of the whole. First timer, we were so blurred, we don't know anything. And more like an agent, I think you were like a friend to us. So I think it was much more easier for us to like talk to you than rather than just seeing you as an agent. So we can share our concerns and worries, whatever that we had. So yeah, thank you so much.
What do you guys feel when you guys are doing that resale application? There's a lot of paperwork that have to be submitted here, there, everywhere. Your parents' birth cert, marriage cert, your birth cert and stuff like that. Maybe walk through with us. What do you guys feel during that process?
Okay, so basically we are like the first timer. So we had no knowledge on buying the flat and anything. So technically the admin side also we had no idea, but thank God for you that we had to just collate all the documents on our end, and you did mainly you did help us with the paperwork. So for me it was like just collating all the documents and then pass it to you. So every time you submit something, you will run through with me and my husband the process, that what you have submitted, this is what you have done for us and everything. So I think on the admin part, I really had no idea. I think without you, I wouldn't have done it.
What would you tell someone that's interested to hire us, right, or looking for an agent, and then you want to refer them to us? What would you tell them about us?
Yeah, highly recommended lah.
Highly recommended. Yeah. So basically, we actually had a friend who was very confused because they were self-employed and everything. So they actually didn't know what to do, where to start off because he was really self-employed and everything. So that's when we actually spoke to him about you and said that you can talk to our agent so you will get a clearer picture rather than we giving the wrong information.
Exactly.
So at least there will be someone professional to give you the correct answer. So I think in that way, that because they are equally like us, very young and like, you know, first time buying and everything. So I think getting an agent will be much more worth it than doing it by ourselves. Like I mentioned, yeah, I think just highly recommended. Don't know what to say really.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for both the client here today to taking out their precious time to give us a testimonial. From all us at Home Quarters, thank you so much.
Home Quarters 5-star.
We have a newlywed and also just bought their home and is currently